Hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Strategy Game Podcast. I'm your host, Lauren Shippey, and today we're going to be continuing our Seen, Known, and Heard series. And we're talking about this part of the book that I wrote called The Walls We Hit. And I write, sometimes the walls we are continuously hitting are the points of surrender that we need to address most. I'm going to read it one more time because for me, it took a few minutes of processing after I actually wrote this part. Sometimes the walls we're continuously hitting are the points of surrender that we need to address most. So if you keep banging your head up against the same wall, or a relationship dynamic or a pattern or something you keep doing that you don't want to do, it's time for a change. Our stubborn human nature just doesn't want to surrender sometimes. So we do everything we can to fight it, but we're not winning because really we're just fighting ourselves. And so pushing back in the same way, just one more time, isn't going to do anything. So if you think of somebody that you continuously hit a pattern with, like a bad pattern where you just can't seem to think eye to eye, you can't seem to get on the same page, or you just keep hitting the same points of frustration in a relationship, and you hear yourself repeating the same things over and over again. Maybe it's like a one-liner, or it's a phrase, or you don't understand me when, and or it's something maybe like a word that is emerging for you right now. The same word keeps coming up over and over again in this relationship. And I wonder what it would look like if we identified that wall that we're repeatedly responding to, that's taking energy from us, and we asked ourselves how we could respond differently through a lens of seeing and hearing and knowing the other person. I wonder what defenses it would bring down, what breakthroughs would happen over time on both sides, and even if not on the other side, what breakthroughs might happen within us. We can only control ourselves, right? And oftentimes we think that we can control it. If I can just get them to do this, if I can just get them to see this, if I can just explain it this way, then maybe they'll see and maybe they'll understand. And what I've come to realize through this work and through this writing is that it's a false sense of control to think that we can change others. If you've read Melody Beattie's work, Codependent No More, it's just a great example. What an amazing book. Changed my life in my mid-20s when I read that. Just really talking about how we're free. We don't have to take on the things from others. We don't have to spend our time and energy and spin our wheels trying to get someone to see something. All we have to do is be ourselves and operate and walk in our purpose and be a place for others to be able to come to us and be a safe space for them. So I think that that's so important to understand. It's definitely a shift. It's a shift that has to happen within us first. We have to recognize those walls that we are continuously hitting. So what walls are you hitting? This is action steps. What is the point of surrender that you need to address most? It's okay. Recognize the fight that you're having with yourself about this and figure out what the point of surrender is that needs to happen. And then really what's been really powerful for me is just releasing that other person of whatever it is that we're holding them responsible for, or we're holding expectations for them, or we are trying to spin our wheels to try to convince them or make something happen, make that thing happen. I find there's great freedom in letting that go. So if we let it go, if we release it, then we can rest, we can be free, and we can focus on walking in our individual purpose and call and charge, and do that well. So that's my hope for you today. I hope that you can identify maybe some patterns or people or moves, whether that be in your business or in your life, where you're continuously hitting the wall I hope that you can get free from that, that you can free yourself from that. And that's what we realize here, is that we actually have the ability to free ourselves from that when we surrender, release it, give it up. So thanks so much for listening in. As always, check out the show notes if you want to subscribe and stay tuned for the whole journey.